This is huge! The Bears could be about to land an elite player who would completely boost Caleb Williams' protection. But there's a big catch. Will this move be the lucky break we need, or the worst investment in history? Watch out for what's coming this Sunday against the Patriots. The Bears have one last shot to turn things around before facing divisional rivals. But hold on, some key players are set to determine the fate of this season, and a few of them might be on the verge of making decisions that will leave us all speechless. Did you know Bears fans are starting to lose faith in Ryan Poles? And the reactions are explosive. After a season opener full of promises, everything is now falling apart under the pressure of questionable decisions and moves with no results. What's going on with the guy in charge? Social media is on fire, and trust me, the fans' opinions could shake the very foundation of this franchise. The Chicago Bears are being linked to one of the best tackles in the NFL, an all-pro who could be the hero. Caleb Williams needs to lift this offense. Yep, you heard that right. Ronnie Stanley, the left tackle from the Baltimore Ravens, could be about to join the Bears in a blockbuster deal this offseason. Now, let me ask you, what do we need most right now? A solid offensive line. If we want Caleb Williams to shine, if we're really putting all our hopes on him, that protection has to get better, and fast. This guy, Stanley, is exactly what we need. No debate. At 30 years old, with an impressive resume, he was a Pro Bowler and All-Pro in 2019, and if it weren't for the injuries that have kept him out in recent seasons, we'd be talking about a player with even more accolades. But, hey, not everything is perfect. Stanley's had some health issues, no denying it. He's missed at least 4 games every season since his best year. But let me be clear, when he's on the field, he's an elite player. And here's the good news. The contract he signed with the Ravens, a $99 million deal, was partially voided, so now he's ready to sign with another team. And that's where the Bears come into the conversation. Now, with everything going on, who could be more suited than Stanley to protect Caleb Williams? Nobody! Stanley's been blocking for Lamar Jackson, and if there's one thing we know, it's that Lamar is also a quarterback who improvises. The chemistry he could have with Williams, with his dynamic playing style, would be an explosive combination. And now, let's get serious. The Bears can't keep treating the offensive line like it's some secondary issue. If we're talking about a bright future with Caleb Williams, we need his protection to be one of the best in the league. What sense does it make to let a young talent crumble because of a weak offensive line? I'm asking you, do you really think with this current line, we're giving Williams the tools to succeed? Don't fool yourselves. What we need now is Stanley. And don't forget, this guy comes with a winning mentality. He's been blocking for one of the most unpredictable quarterbacks in the league, and now it's Caleb Williams' turn. If the Bears are smart, they offer him a contract that makes him feel valued, despite concerns about his past injuries. The 2025 offseason could be the perfect time to make a move like this. Do you think Stanley is the answer for Williams' protection? Or do you think there are better options out there? This is not the time for doubts or second guessing. The Bears have a huge challenge ahead, and there are 2 players who could be the key to everything unfolding. And no, I'm not talking about the names everyone already knows. I'm talking about those players who, when things are looking bleak, can turn the whole story around. On offense, Ryan Bates. Remember that signing that never happened when the Buffalo Bills blocked the Bears from signing Ryan Bates? Well, this year, Ryan Poles didn't drop the ball and made Bates his biggest acquisition on the offensive line. But, hold up! Bates hasn't played since week 1. He was on the injured reserve, but it looks like he's finally ready to return. And what better time than now? The Bears' offensive line has been a headache, with injuries affecting its performance. Here's the deal, if Bates can get on the field and bring some stability to the line, it'll be a blessing for Chicago's running and passing game. But if he looks lost or, worse, doesn't perform, prepare for absolute chaos. The Bears can't afford another offensive line mistake. Do you see him as the solution, or just another problem? I ask you, can Bates rise to the occasion? On defense, Zach Pickens. And what about the defense? Now this is where things get even more tense. The news of Andrew Billings' injury is a tough blow, and that leaves Zach Pickens as the next man up to step up. This is his moment. The young guy from South Carolina is coming back after a long injury absence, but his performance last week was, well, let's just say it wasn't anything to write home about. If the Bears want any shot against the Patriots, Pickens needs to step it up, and fast. I'm not talking about a mediocre performance. No way. We need Pickens to take control on the line, hold the point of attack, and, why not, get some pressure on the QB. If he can't do it, I expect the Bears to give more playing time to Byron Cowart or Chris Williams, but we all know how last season ended, and we don't want a repeat of that. Will Pickens rise to the occasion, or will he be just another great untapped talent? I'm telling you, the defense has to wake up now. And what about the New England Patriots? We can't ignore the Patriots, because this matchup is not going to be easy. On offense, Ramondre Stevenson, the Patriots' star running back, is the key piece that makes everything click. If Stevenson gets the running game going, not only will it take pressure off rookie QB Drake May, but it could be the beginning of the end for the Bears. Last week, Stevenson didn't have a huge performance, but in his last 2 games, he's been impressive, with 30 carries, 3 touchdowns, and over 8 receptions. This guy can make the difference. But what happens if the Bears' defense manages to stop him? If they do, this game could flip in a hurry, and the Bears' secondary could come out like hungry wolves. How much can Stevenson do this time? I ask you, will he be the weak link for the Bears, or can they stop his charge? On the Patriots' defense, Keion White, DE. And let's not forget about Keion White, the 6 feet 5 inches 290-pound rookie defensive end for the Patriots. This guy got off to an impressive start with 4 sacks in the first 2 games, but has his level dropped since then? Totally! And watch out! This could be his golden opportunity against the Bears' offensive line, which has been a mess. If White can explode off the line and pressure Chicago's QB, Caleb, the Bears could be in serious trouble. Will he capitalize on Chicago's weaknesses or fall flat on his face? I'm telling you, the Bears' offensive line has to be on high alert. Do you see what's at stake here? This game against the Patriots is not just another regular season game. It's the last chance for the Bears to take control of their destiny. If they don't get a convincing win, the upcoming divisional matchups could turn into a real nightmare. So, Bears fans, I've got a direct question for you. Are you ready for the Bears to take that decisive step toward redemption, or will we just see more of the same? What are you expecting to see from Ryan Bates, Zach Pickens, and the entire offense? It's time to get real. Everyone knows Ryan Poles was hailed as the new savior of the franchise. But what's going on now? Are fans starting to doubt his leadership? Because that's what I'm seeing. In the blink of an eye, those King Poles does it again memes have turned into a serious question, and now, many are wondering if he's really the right guy to take the Bears to the next level. Let me tell you this, the initial optimism is crumbling. When Poles first arrived, we all thought this was the year we'd finally see the breakthrough we've been craving. With Caleb Williams and Ronald Duns joining a team stacked with offensive weapons like never before, plus the arrival of seasoned Shane Waldron as offensive coordinator, we all thought the pieces were in place. But where's the progress? Now, take a look at this. The decision to keep Matt Eberflus, a coach who clearly hasn't been able to handle those key moments in the game, has left many fans frustrated. Only 4% of fans believe Eberflus is the guy to lead the Bears. And here comes the big question. Who's being questioned now? Ryan Poles. Yep. Only 31% of voters think he's the right guy to guide this franchise, and nearly half are in wait-and-see mode, hoping results finally show up. I know we're all looking for quick answers, but before we start worrying about the NFC North schedule, we gotta focus on the next game against the New England Patriots. What if the Bears can't pull off a win? What if the team keeps falling apart? We all know the schedule gets way tougher after that. The 49ers, the Seahawks, the end of the season is brutal. This isn't just a challenge, it's the ultimate test to see if Poles and Eberflus can turn this season around. But let's get back to the real question. Are we really willing to keep trusting this project? And what about the fans who don't believe in Poles anymore? I'm asking you, what do you think about all this? Should we already be looking toward the future, or give Poles another shot to steer this ship? Right now, everything's on the line. The future of the Chicago Bears is in our hands and in the decisions we make. But it's also an opportunity for you, the real fans, to make your voices heard. Do you think Ryan Poles can turn this around? Or is it time for more drastic decisions for this franchise? Chicago Bears fans, it's time to discuss what we've all been waiting for. Do you think Stanley is the answer for Williams' protection? Many believe he could be key, But is he really the best option, or are there better alternatives to strengthen our offensive line? We want to hear your thoughts on whether Stanley has what it takes to protect our QB or if management should explore other options. Drop your comment below. What are you expecting to see from Ryan Bates, Zach Pickens, and the whole offense? The pressure is on them to show this team can take the next step. Will this be the change we need to become contenders again? Don't forget to share your expectations and thoughts on how these players can make a difference. Do you think Ryan Poles can turn this around? Or maybe it's time to make more drastic decisions to steer the franchise in the right direction. We know fans have strong opinions on how he's handling the team's future. Now it's your turn to speak up and share your thoughts with us. If you've made it this far, it's because you're a true Chicago Bears fan, and we know you want to stay up to date on all the big news. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and be part of this Bears family, where we all share the same love for the team. Join us and don't miss any updates. This is just the beginning. Hit subscribe now and stay in the conversation. See you in the next video, and remember, let's go Bears, give it everything we've got.